Do you think it would ever happen to you? You buy a Rolex from a certified retailer and, years later, you find out it's a fake one that you paid $30,000 for. Do you think it can happen? Personally, we don't think it can ever happen and it should never happen. A Rolex certified retailer would never resell a fake Rolex. That must have been a fraud from the start. Before we dive into the reasons why we don't think this is ever allowed to happen, we first discuss some brief information about why this is very unlikely for Rolex. Stay tuned for all the ins and outs of buying a real or fake Rolex. Like and subscribe to our channel to never miss any Tudor and Rolex news. With your support, we can keep on making these videos. As you probably already know, Rolex is a prestigious Swiss watchmaker, amongst one of the most well-known and respectable watchmakers in the world. The company was founded in 1905 by Hans Wilsdorf and Alfred Davis. They are known for their sophisticated designs, excellent craftsmanship, and reliable movements. Due to its high popularity, Rolex watches have attracted the making of half-baked watches globally. Many counterfeit watches have been made and named Rolex watches. Some of the signs for fake watches include low-priced Rolex watches, diamonds that don't match, etc. We will discuss them in detail later in this video. Having taken that into consideration, I can guarantee you with utmost certainty that no Rolex reseller would ever resell a counterfeit watch to you. You can rely on this assurance. Let me give you a few valid reasons why a true Rolex retailer will not sell you a substandard watch. Number 1. It is illegal for qualified Rolex retailers to sell counterfeit goods. Trafficking in counterfeit goods is a severe criminal offense in numerous jurisdictions around the world. Conviction may result in lengthy incarceration or hefty fines. No legitimate retailer of Rolex watches would be willing to court such legal liabilities by peddling counterfeit wares. Additionally, a genuine Rolex retailer will not purvey a counterfeit watch because it would be contravening the law. Rolex retailers are too scrupulous to even contemplate violating the law. Only spurious retailers will take such a risk of peddling inauthentic goods. Number 2. Selling fake watches can damage the reputation of the retailer and the Rolex brand. Basically, if a Rolex retailer ends up selling counterfeit watches, he or she can irreparably damage the prestige of a Rolex retailer and the renowned Rolex brand. Rolex has attained its preeminence as a superior luxury watch brand, and the company has invested considerable time and resources to publicize their products and brand. A legitimate Rolex retailer will not condone the sale of a counterfeit watch. This is because it could tarnish the brand's prestige and jeopardize the retailer's rapport with Rolex. Half-baked watches do not conform to the same exacting standards and excellence as a genuine Rolex watch and may be crafted with substandard materials. Number 3. Fake watches are often of poor quality and can be a source of customer complaints. A true Rolex retailer will not peddle counterfeit watches as it would jeopardize their reputation and compromise their patrons' faith. Generally, knockoff watches are usually of shoddy quality and tend to malfunction or become inoperable quickly. They are short-lived and often necessitate maintenance shortly after acquisition. This can be an immense source of consumer dissatisfaction, as those who purchase a counterfeit watch for the price of an authentic one will be disenchanted when it does not operate properly or endures only a brief period. Moreover, because Rolex retailers specialize in selling genuine high-end timepieces, it would be authentical to their mission to vend phony watches that do not meet the same criteria. Number 4. Authentic Rolex watches come with a guarantee of excellence and fake watches do not, leading to potential dissatisfaction amongst discerning customers. A legitimate Rolex retailer will not purvey a counterfeit watch as it could be a source of customer dissatisfaction. Rolex watches are accompanied by a guarantee, which guarantees that customers can have their watch serviced or remedied in the event of any issues. Counterfeit watches do not come with any warranty, meaning the customer would be helpless if the watch malfunctions or becomes damaged. This could lead to customer dissatisfaction and potentially damage the reputation of the retailer. Consequently, a legitimate Rolex retailer will only vend genuine and authentic watches to ensure customer contentment. Number 5. Authentic Rolex watches are valuable investments that appreciate value over time, whereas fake watches are of little or no value. A A true Rolex retailer will not offer a counterfeit watch because they appreciate the worth of an authentic Rolex watch. A retailer always strives to guarantee that their patrons are acquiring an exquisite timepiece that will preserve its worth and admiration over time. Counterfeit watches are of little to no worth because they are deficient in quality and craftsmanship. Furthermore, they lack the same features and capabilities as a genuine Rolex watch. Also, peddling counterfeit watches goes against the virtues of a true Rolex retailer, which is to provide customers with the finest quality products and services. Based on these 5 important facts, I can tell you that as a matter of fact, no retailer will be tempted to resell a fake Rolex by accident or by any other means. They will always take a close look to every Rolex they get in their hands to make sure it's the real deal. As we had discussed, Rolex retailers have always been committed to providing their clients with the finest quality timepieces. But how do they ensure this? Be with me in the next part of the video as I discuss a number of strategies Rolex retailers employ to guarantee the sale of only exquisite Rolex watches. Number 1 is checking the authenticity of the watch before selling it. Rolex retailers have adopted several mechanisms which help them know if the watch they sell is genuine. They include 1. Utilization of the Rolex serial number database. Rolex retailers utilize the Rolex serial number database to authenticate that the watch is an authentic Rolex. If the serial number does not match with that of the database, then the watch is counterfeit. 2. Ensure that the watch is in pristine condition. The retailers meticulously inspect the watch for signs of wear or damage. Rolex watches do not succumb to wear easily, so if a retailer finds out that the watch wears out easy, then most probably the watch is fake. Number 3. Inspect the movement. They use also a loupe to inspect the movement for any abnormalities or damage. 4. Test the watch's water resistance. Rolex retailers test the watch's water resistance to make sure that it is able to withstand aquatic pressure. If it can hardly withstand water pressure, then most probably the watch is counterfeit. 5. Utilize an official Rolex service center. They also use an official Rolex service center to inspect and service the watch if needed. 6. Provide customers with the official documents. Rolex retailers provide customers with official documents such as warranty cards. This helps attest to the authenticity of the watch. Number 7. Maintain relationships with authorized Rolex dealers. Rolex retailers also maintain relationships with authorized Rolex dealers to ensure that they are selling quality Rolex watches. Number 2. They carefully examine the timepiece for any indications of forgery. This includes examining the watch for any scratches, dents, or signs of wear and tear that could indicate that the watch has been altered or otherwise tampered with. Rolex retailers need to meticulously scrutinize the watches they are offering for sale, verifying that they are genuine and free from any evidence of tampering. This ensures that their esteemed customers receive an authentic product of the highest caliber. Number 3. Another important strategy is providing documentation for its origin. Rolex retailers often provide documentation of the provenance of their timepiece. This attests to the authenticity of the prestigious Rolex watches. This includes supplying the serial number, which is singular to each watch and can be used to validate its legitimacy. Furthermore, retailers may offer evidence of acquisition from a trustworthy source, such as an authorized Rolex purveyor, to illustrate that the watch is bona fide. By implementing these and other numerous tactics, Rolex retailers have been able to preclude the sale of bogus watches. Consequently, I can confidently recommend that you purchase Rolex watches from your closest Rolex retailer. They are all genuine. But of course, be vigilant enough to distinguish sham retailers in the market. Otherwise, you may find yourself facing a period of incarceration for having procured a counterfeit Rolex watch. In countries such as the US, France, and Italy, purchasing counterfeit items is strictly prohibited. Moreover, you may be at risk of damaging your reputation and having your personal information compromised. Your status as an individual or even in business could be jeopardized. It is also a waste of money. Of course, Rolex watches are exorbitant. Now, imagine splurging on a counterfeit watch at the cost of an authentic watch. You see how much you'll have squandered. It's not worth it at all. Consider also that you may need to keep rectifying the watch intermittently.
To evade all this drama, just be sure to source from the most reputable retailer for Rolex and acquire the watch of your dreams. Thank you so much for watching this video and sticking around to the end. If you made it this far, please leave a watch emoji in the comments and we will reply you. Please hit the subscription button below so we see you in the next video.